Here's the camera slider I created. Now, as you can see the camera here, it's mounted onto this plate right here. Now if we follow it down to the motor end here, I've got a stepper motor right on this end connected to the pulley, which is connected to my timing belt right here. Now I had to 3D print this part on this side that connects the motor and connects it to the linear rail right here. I've got a couple screws down in here to connect this to the rail. Now, so move down here, move down the belt. You can see on the plate here, you can't see it here, but there's another 3D printed part underneath here that connects the two ends of the timing belt. And this screw right here, it goes right down underneath into that part and connects the plate to this part so the plate can slide around along with the belt. Now coming down to the other end here, here's the third printed part that I had to have. This just basically has the pulley on the other side in here to kind of let the belt rotate along the track here. Now as we follow the cord for the motor down, I've got a little breadboard here that has the main feature on here is the stepper motor driver, this green little guy right here, and we've got pins connected in. These ones are for controlling the motor itself, and a lot of these they're connected up to the Raspberry Pi, and the Raspberry Pi controls some of these pins are for doing the micro stepping. When I first connected this up, when I wasn't using micro stepping and it had a lot of vibration, so I use these micro steps on the stepper motor to make things a lot smoother, as well as I have a pin for the direction and a pin for telling the motor when to make each step. And these pins are just to provide power to the driver itself. Now I had to use a special cord to convert from 5 volts to 9 volts because the motor needs at least 9 volts to power itself. And the best part about this is it's all battery powered. So I can hook up this, it's just kind of a USB battery bank right here, and it has enough to power the Raspberry Pi as well as the stepper motor. And eventually I'm working on getting this made into a PCB so I can eliminate a lot of these wires, and I can just throw this as kind of like a little hat right on the Raspberry Pi and plug in the power and the stepper motor, and you'll be good to go. So let's move on to the code a little bit of the camera slider. As you can see here, here's kind of the first question they ask you is how many shots do you want in between the how many seconds do you want in between each shot. So I'll just say 3 seconds right here. Go to the next one, and they want how long do you want your time lapse to be. Now you kind of have to do the math to see how much you want, how many pictures you want to create your time lapse. But I'll just say 30 minutes right here, and I'll say I want to move 1.5 feet along. Now I'm going to be starting the camera a little bit closer to the edge of the motor, so I'll type in close right here. And now looks like I forgot to turn my camera on. So it does checks to make sure the camera's on and connected. As you see, it's connected through this USB cable right here. So I'm going to flip my camera on, and I'm going to tell it to try again. Now it has these checks in here to make sure that you turn things on and have it connected before you start your time lapse. I'm going to say again. Looks like it connected to my Canon EOS 500D. And instead of hitting go, because I don't want to make you watch a time lapse being taken, I'm going to show you the demo real quick. It just has a kind of little thing of some of the features that this camera has. So demo, it checks for a connection again, and I'll just hit enter. You can see this will move along slowly along the track and take a few pictures just to kind of demonstrate the type of things it could do. Now the reason I chose a stepper motor is it's very precise, and you can control exactly how far it moves, and the program does all the math to figure out how far the slider needs to move in between each shot, and how long everything needs to be in order for the time lapse to be what the user wants.